So you are a freelance writer, but you hate it. What is your options? That's what we're talking about in today's video. Hey, I'm Elise Cartwright from Hustle and Groove, and here we talk about all things email marketing, productivity, and side hustle related. So today I want to talk to you about something that happened when I first got started in my freelancing business, and it was really unexpected. I had no idea that I was going to wake up one day and feel exactly the way that I felt when I was working in my full-time job. So when I decided to look for other things when I was working in my full-time job, I remember waking up on a Monday morning feeling sick to my stomach. I dreaded getting out of bed. So when I quit my job and went full-time as a freelance writer, I was so excited. I thought that I had all this freedom left to do whatever I wanted, and that was my main goal for starting a side hustle, was getting my time back. And I had it for probably about 3 months, where I could get up and my day looked like I wanted it to. And then I started waking up and feeling that sick feeling in my tummy again. And I remember thinking, how did I get back to here? How was I now feeling like this when I thought that starting a side hustle was exactly what I should be doing, and being a freelance writer was that next step? Now, I know I talk about how to start a side hustle and how to find a side hustle a lot, but I haven't really covered what you do after you get started and what you do if you decide that this is not the side hustle that you want to be doing. So I want to touch on that a little bit. So basically, starting a side hustle is all about figuring out what thing you enjoy doing. Like, what is that skill or that business that is going to allow you to kind of make your heart sing and make you feel like you're doing what you love, or make you actually do what you love. By starting a side hustle and not transitioning into it full time gives you the opportunity to try lots of different things. So I would definitely recommend giving it a shot for at least 3 months and seeing what that looks like. If you're not enjoying it, then transition into something else. Now you'll see a link below and probably up here somewhere linking to how to find the best side hustle for you, and then also just some ideas on what that might look like. But say you have transitioned into being a full-time freelance writer. What happens when you've already gone full-time? What does that look like? Now, if you're anything like me, I did enjoy writing. What I didn't enjoy was writing things for other people. I just didn't really get excited about writing about mortgages or writing about window treatments. Like, it really just wasn't my thing. And I understood that from a business model perspective, there were plenty of blog posts and clients that I could work with to write that kind of content, but it didn't light a fire in my belly. I needed to find something else. So I want to share with you 5 different ways that you can make money as a freelance writer today that are probably things that you've never really thought about. So let's jump in. So number 1 is being an author. Now, I am a lot biased about this because I have been a full-time author since 2015. But if you love writing, like really love writing, like it's the first thing that you do and you can't go a day without writing something, whether it's in a journal, a diary, whatever that looks like, then perhaps being an author is something that you might like to do. So I have a 3-part series blog post where I go into detail about what this looks like and what my journey has been, and you will find that in the link below. The other thing about being an author is that it allows you to connect with a very large audience. So you're not restricted in terms of what you write about. It's just about making sure that you find your ideal target audience for every book that you write. and it makes sense that they are similar across the genres that you write in. Or if you're fiction, then making sure that you're identifying the right fan base. So being an author is awesome. So that is number one. Number two is a workbook creator. Now you might be sitting there going, how is that anything to do with freelance writing? Well, creating workbooks actually requires quite a bit of writing. Generally, if you are creating a workbook that you're going to sell as a physical workbook, there is content that needs to be created to go along with that. So think about it in terms of, if you are someone who writes how-to things a lot or teaches things a lot, then creating workbooks might be a really good option for your target audience. It kind of actually fits really well in with being an author, and I'm actually creating a workbook right now, which I love. Like, it's a creative outlet. So if that's something that you're considering looking into, stay tuned. I'm going to give you more details about that. But it's also something you can offer as a service. So you can take being a freelance writer and turn it into being a workbook creator, because you're still writing and creating something that is going to actually be actionable. So there are a ton of authors, online business owners, bloggers that are looking for people to create workable workbooks that are beautiful and look great as lead magnets. So that is number two. Number three is a book description writer. Now, I know I'm kind of sticking with this author theme. I'm so sorry about that. I can't help it. There are just so many opportunities to support authors that I just had to tell you guys about this one. So book description writer, what actually is that? Well, if you check out any of the online marketplaces like Amazon or iBooks or Google Play, you will see that for each book, there is a book description. Now, you can't just write or copy the summary of the book from the back cover. That doesn't work. A book description has to lead the potential reader into buying the book. So if you are great at storytelling, if you're great at being able to connect with an audience, then you should definitely try your hand at being a book description writer and offering that as a service to other authors, particularly authors who are writing fiction, who really struggle to condense down their synopsis or their back cover into something that is going to encourage people to want to pick up their book. So that's number three. Number four is a YouTube script writer. Now, you're probably thinking, what does that even look like? Well, again, coming back to the how-to or teaching YouTube channels that are out there, most of them have to have a script to be able to record their YouTube channel. So just like I'm recording these videos, I do have a script before I start. Now, it is not word for word. I definitely prefer to write or speak off the cuff more than having it completely scripted, but other channels need that. So if you enjoy writing blog posts, and if there is a specific niche that you really know a lot about, I would target some YouTube channels and offer your script writing services. That's number four. And the last one, number five, is online course writer or curriculum development. Now, this one is actually really fun, particularly if you come from a teaching background and you've been creating lesson plans forever. Curriculum development for online course creation is in high demand, because just because someone has an idea for a course, it does not mean that they know how to actually develop and deliver a course that is going to help their target audience. So curriculum development or online course writer is definitely a great option if you're a freelance writer who has some skills in that area. There are 5 different ways of transitioning your freelance writing business into something more, into something that might light a fire in your belly. Now, for me, I'm an author and I'm definitely transitioning into doing more workbooks, because those are the 2 things that I am super passionate about. And I have continued to try and figure out what my ideal day looks like as a freelance writer. And you should do the same. You should not think that just because you started a side hustle in freelance writing that you have to stay there. I give you permission to not do that and to figure out what that looks like for you. So your immediate action step is to review this video and the associated blog post that goes with it and figure out if any of these are a good fit for you, and then start to transition into doing that. Do what makes you happy so that you are not stuck doing something just because it's something that you started in the first place. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so you get notified when the next video drops, and I'll see you in the next video.